Yo. Oh my God. I don't expect y'all to be on it because it is like it's 6:30. The way that I jumped up and like I missed my life. Upset? Do you hear me? About to be in tears. Listen, I know I love y'all real bad, real bad. So much so that I. Oh my God. Apologize so much to you all because your girl was drunk. And let me just say two things that I know for sure. Number one, Pink Moscato is not your friend. Pink Moscato is not your friend. And I knew that when I used to drink Nuvo back in the day. And here we are like 20 years later. I forgot. Don't drink Nuvo. Don't drink Pink Moscato. It's not your friend. It's cute. It look cute. It's like nice pink and bubbly. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And number two, what I know for sure. You cannot. Let me repeat. You cannot try and keep up with people drinking. You don't do it. Do not do it. Oh my God. It is not. It's not. It's not us. It's not in us. It's not in us. The way they drink is unmatched. Okay, man, the way they drink is unmatched. Do you know I have gone live every day since January? And the one day I drank with some white people. I woke up at 6 a.m. I don't remember anything. Don't do it. Oh, gosh. Hey, K-Man. Oh, my gosh. Listen. All I remember is buttery nipples and Pink Moscato. That's all I remember. I don't even like buttery nipples. Should I play with these people? Do not do it. Do not do it. Please. So, from the bottom of my heart, people. If you are my regular, man. Whew. Whew. Is that a drink or a drink? It's a drink. It's a shot. It's a shot. It's too sweet. It's way too sweet. I'm pretty sure I threw up in the shower. Pretty sure of it. That much I remember. I feel like I threw up in the car. Pink Moscato, and that was just because it was in the hotel was doing a free happy hour. That is not your friend. Not your friend. Oh my god. So yeah, he'll get some drunk. No pink Moscato. No, because remember, okay, back in the day, it used to be Nouveau. And you're like, oh, it's just Nouveau. It's just Nouveau. It's so cute. It's so pink. Those will have you on your butt. Um, I think I remember years ago, probably about, I can't say 20 because 20 I would have been 18, so that wouldn't have been right, but maybe like 17 years ago. 18 years, 17, 16 years, and something like that. Um, I was drinking Nouveau one time. I had like 3, I think. Sitting at the bar, having like a good time. I stood up. Boom! It hit you like a ton of bricks. Those sweet drinks that are really cute and bubbly and pink will have you gone. You have to be extremely careful about those. And then I was like, oh my gosh, Aysia. Because I'm not a drinker like that no more, right? I have no desire to be drunk. None. None. Ew. I'm almost 40. Yuck. I had fun though. I'm not gonna lie, I had fun. But when you wake up and you don't remember stuff, that's not okay. So we're good though. Let me see. I never tried Nouveau. I was drinking syrup, heavy bacon. What kind of syrup? What you mean? Because the way I'm like upset. I said I used to be a party girl, boy. No, I wasn't though. Syrup is what they call. I don't know what lean is. What is lean? Hold up. I don't even remember. Like, this is so bad. I'm so pissed because you know how good I was. I was like, we go live every night. Like, listen, we go live every night. But tonight, we did not. Apologies. Oh my god, so bad. So bad, Asian. So bad. Cody, yeah, I never had that. Oh, that's sipping on some scissor. Yeah, no, I did not. I never had any of that. Yeah, never. Oh my gosh. What are you doing up, caveman? At this time of morning? Are you up? Are you like working and stuff? I'm laughing at the fact that I did post this video and said I'm outside, so that y'all already know when I didn't go live. You knew I was already outside. My nail is broke. You know, when you remember watching the movie Hangover, it was like, dang, how did they not remember this? That's how they not remember, because they began. You hear me? Why do y'all do this to yourself? I promise you, they are unmatched. You do not play with it. Do not play with them. You can't. You won't win. They can outdrink anybody. It had here's the thing, like when you drink, you never think, oh, I'm gonna do this all night. That wasn't the intention. The intention was I'm just gonna have a nice, cute drink, and I'm like kiki, ha ha ha, and that's it though. I feel fine, but I also already puked. I'm sure of it. I think I remember twice at least. But I don't feel hungover though. So I did remember eating, but just caveman. It's so terrible. How old are we? I'm almost 40. Um, because I had food. The hotel did like free happy hour from like 4 to 6. And so I was like, oh nice. This is cute. And they had like the Nouveau drinks or whatever. I keep saying Nouveau. Pink Moscato. And it was like 10.5 proof, I want to say, or something like that. And then they had those little like sandwiches, right? But I don't eat meat, right? So my sandwiches is basically nothing, bread, which breaks down the sugar, lettuce, tomato, onion, and a little bit of cheese. And I had like 4 of those, I think. Maybe 3. And then we were hanging out with some, that's good. No, really. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't usually drink like that, and I'm not a pink Moscato drinker. But it was the fact that it was just there and it was already, easily accessible, and it was available and it was free at the hotel. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just drink some. And the room that they had, and I don't think anybody realized, how you have like a sign, but it's like a little cute little sign on the desk of the hotel. So as you walk by, if you don't read it, you wouldn't know. And because this is a hotel that we frequent all the time, I was like, oh my God, they have happy hour for free? Why didn't they tell us? Because we literally come to this hotel. We've been coming to this hotel for probably 2 years. And when I say 2 years, I mean like 4 or 5 times a year for like 2 years. So we've been here a lot. And so we've gotten really close to like the staff and everything. And I promise you, I didn't know that they did this. Like they do like a mystery theater every other weekend where they have almost like a live clue where somebody in the staff is like the killer, and like you have to figure out who the killer is or something. Now, because I come often, but I'm never able to partake in it, right? So I don't really know how all of it works, but I just think that's so cool. I was like, that's a cute little way to keep the hotel going and doing different things. So I think that's really cool. And then we invite the people to our shows every time, but they they're working, so they can't come. So I was like, okay, cool. And then we came in town early because it's Wednesday now, so we flew in early. But man, that sounds fun, right? I've never done it because I'm always busy, but I was like, oh man, that's pretty cool. I think I like that they're creative like that, yeah. But anyway, so I haven't done it. I'm like, man, what is feeling? Look at my finger. Look at my finger though. Like it's literally like barely hanging on. So yeah. Okay, you didn't finish the story. You said we were right. That was it. Yeah. So from what I can remember, caveman, it gets really shoddy. Okay. From what I remember, we were like, oh, it's happy hour from 4 to 6. Okay, cute. And then when we walked in, it was like a little side room off the side. So we get like a couple sandwiches and some pink Moscato. They had like beer too, but I'm not a beer drinker like that, so I was like, yo, yuck. So I was like, oh, pink Moscato, that's cute. It's not cute. It's not cute. It's never cute. It's crazy how much like you remember stuff after the fact. It's too late now. It's too late. It's too late. You forgot this. This made you drunk 50 years ago, but it's too late now. So, oh my gosh. So we met up with some of our people who work our tomatoes. I feel like I'm gonna want to delete this later. And we met up with some of our people that we work with on the show. And so it was like, hey, we need to, let's catch up because we need to take care of you like we pay our bills, yeah? It was a long day anyway, back and forth to different places, trying to solidify our next show for July in April, and also getting ready for our show this week. So, a lot of ripping and running. So, it was good to kind of unwind, relax, because I don't normally do that. It's early enough that I have time to do that, but I usually am not, I'm just not a drinker like that. Because why? It was fun, but it's just, white people can drink. You hear me? Oh my God. I just put this wrap on my head, like what, 17 minutes ago, because I would not have gone to sleep like this, right? You try to keep this hair, you can't. You gotta wrap and all this stuff, like, Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And, they start off very unassuming. It's very like, hey, oh my God, just, because what happened, I was drinking the pink Moscato, and the lady was drinking, she had a Bloody Mary. And I was like, what's in that? She was like, oh my God, you ever had a Bloody Mary? So it's this and this and this and this. Thank goodness. No, because we were at the Caucasian spots. Okay, so listen. We were at the hotel, and they had a Bloody Mary. She had a Bloody Mary, and she was like, "Is it what did she say?" She was telling me like what goes in a Bloody Mary, and she was like, "Sometimes Tabasco and all that stuff." She was like, "I can get you one." I was like, "Oh, okay." No, thankfully, I'm so glad we talked our way out of that conversation because I didn't have one of those, because that would have been nasty. I think I would have really, I puked anyway, but I feel like I would have really puked if I had that. I'm pretty sure mine was just because I had way too much wine. And I think, pink Moscato is, it's so unassuming because it's just cute, you think, and it's just sweet. But sugary drinks are like almost like the lead thing to get you just off your rockers. It will just take you away. You hear me? Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And so I had, I want to say 3 or 4 pink Moscatos, and I was good. And then they were like, let's go to my favorite spot. She's like, have you never been? I was like, let's go. She's like, let's go. You know what I mean? I love Bloody Marys with tomato juice. Give me acid reflux. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for telling me that. I'm so glad I did not have one. I'm so glad, because she mentioned it, and then I didn't. She was like, this one's okay, but it's not the greatest. She was like, we should go. They'd be so cute. I love the way she laughs. If any lady that laughs like, don't drink with her. If she laughs like me, that's okay. But if that, don't do it. Don't do it. Promise you. Delicious, but they're delicious, really. Yeah, I don't do it. Okay, so I didn't do that. But I had they were like, what did they have? She was like, can you make a? They wanted peach crown, but they were out of peach crown. So she was like, make an apple crown, peach schnapps with a shot of Red Bull. I had not had Red Bull in my drink in a very long time. Hello, Roshan. Good morning. Good morning. Let me be the first today. I messed up, boo-boos. I messed up. Or I was messed up. It's probably what I should say. I was so messed up. Woo-hoo. Thankfully, I do not have a hangover. I feel pretty good. I did, but we're good. So I feel happy about that. Feel good about that. I don't have a headache or anything. So maybe it's because I don't eat meat. I don't know. But I didn't have no vitamin C. If I knew that it was going to be that kind of night, then I would have had vitamin C. I know some remedies, right? Usually vitamin C will help you with hangovers and stuff. Thankfully, I'm good on that. And then, what else is it? Vitamin C. Olive oil. I think they say if you do a tablespoon of olive oil before you go out, because olive oil they don't mix or whatever, so you can drink literally all night and then don't have any problems. So that's a good one too. But Asia forgot that when she was hanging out with, and then she was like, "Let's take a shot." Get you every time. Don't do it. Thank you, Roshan. When I was vegan, it felt like drinking would get me super drunk. I don't know. Right. And I will say that I do think you have to be very mindful and careful about who you're with as well, because you just don't have all that stuff in your body to sustain all that, right? I will say that meat helps you sustain that stuff. But when I tell you, we didn't even, the people that I went with didn't eat no food. Okay? They didn't eat anything. They was like, we had a heavy lunch at 1. This was at 5. We started drinking at 5 something. And then we left the hotel at, I don't even know, maybe 7 or 8. And then went somewhere else. Probably 7. We went somewhere else. And so obviously at some point I was good, because I did at least made the picture and said I'm outside. Don't even remember doing that. So at least I gave y'all warning that I was outside, so that way if you didn't see me live, you knew I was outside. But still, I was very hurt. I was like, I woke up like, I miss my life. I miss my life. I don't miss my lives. Oh my gosh. I'm like, it's so sad. So here we are at 6 something, going live, because I try not to miss these, because I love them. I love you all. So if anybody's watching this back, just know this is the reason. I'm going to stay about 5 more minutes and I'm going to get off here. Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, because you got a garden in your stomach and they got a barn. That's so funny, Caveman. I have a garden and they have a barn. I love a fire picture that I can't remember taking. Don't make me laugh so hard. Oh gosh. It's okay. I have life to do. Okay, man. Oh, goodness, right. I think you're beautiful. You make me happy. Thank you, Roshan. I think you're beautiful too. Oh my goodness. Look at what I promise you. You know when you watch movies like Hangover, you're like, there's no way that how can they not remember? Oh, they cannot remember. Like I remember going to the bathroom several times. But we had a really good conversation. Like she was super sweet. We talked about some real life stuff, you know, like lady talk, right? You know, life. She had kids, so she talked about her kids and stuff. We talked about men. Women can always bond over men. I was like, oh my gosh, it's really like they what they. She's like, I found, and I was like, me too. So she was early 30s. She was like, I think her birthday's next month. So we probably bonded on that because my birthday's in June, her birthday's in May. So her birthday was coming up. And then it was like, I never asked her what day her birthday was. I don't remember that part, but yeah, we had a good time. She was like, I like her. I was like, I like you too. I think there was a picture or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I'm not really sure. But yeah. I think you're beautiful. Make me happy. So what helps hangovers for vegans? Oatmeal or a bagel or something? So, vitamin C for sure. Vitamin C for sure. And then I think 2013, my family found me passed out laying on top of bushes on a bed. Like a bed at the neighborhood pool. To this day. Oh my gosh. You listen, I'm telling you, like, you do have to be very mindful and very careful when you are plant-based, vegetarian, vegan, because you're not eating like everybody else. Like, they have the stuff to absorb it, and you think bread absorbs it, which is probably maybe so, but not in the consumption of what I was doing with them. You know, and I will say, like, when you get around white people, and they're in their element, they are very generous. I love you, man. Like, I love you, man. Another round. You know how much I love you, right? Another round. Another round. You'll be like 45 rounds in. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why? Their stomachs, man. Bottomless pits. That's what I know. Bottomless pits. This is not my life. This is not my life. This is not my life. So, I'm gonna finish this water. And I'm gonna go back and lay it back down. But you're kind of like me, caveman. Like, you just don't know what happened. Yeah, I believe you. They are not like us. So, this is the reason why Aysia Smiles was extra smiley tonight and didn't go live at our regular scheduled time. So I hope all my regulars go back and watch this. It's not very long, but you'll know the story. So that when we go live tonight, you will understand why. It'll be a story for the ages. Extra smile. You got it, Kate. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're on because we don't get to talk very often because either the timing is off or, you know, I have to go live at a very unconventional time to see and speak with you. So you had my undivided attention tonight. So that was nice. They always want to include you in anything they're doing. Working in restaurants, you'll get asked at least twice a week if you know. They are very like, hey, you want something? Yes, they're very like, you're right about that, caveman. And here's the thing. If you go out drinking with him and you ask them at first, you're like, hey, I don't want to get drunk. What should I start with? They will tell you. And I will say that, like, when I used to go out, I used to work at a comedy house. And we would do really well. We would do really well at night. Like some of our comedy shows, you could do, like, certain comedy acts because people are really good tippers during that time. You could make like $600 a night, like in tips. So it was really good. This was like, yeah, like almost like 15, 20 years ago. And after that, we would go drink, right? Because that's what you do, right? In your 20s, you go out and drink after you make a lot of money. And they would tell me, like, here, no, I never did coke. But they would tell you, like, I'd be like, hey, I don't want to get drunk. And okay, drink this, drink this, drink things. And I don't like milk anyway. And I'm pretty sure a buttery nipple looks like it's got Bailey's in it or something. Ew. I just told my dad, I'm like, Daddy, I had Bailey's. You know, you had a buttery what? I had a buttery nipple, your favorite. I mean, not that it's his favorite, but he does like Bailey's. I don't like coffee like that. That's probably why I'm up right now. Because it's got like coffee. It's like coffee liqueur. That's exactly why I'm up talking to y'all right now at 6 o'clock in the morning. Damn buttery nipple. It's a buttery nipple. That's why I'm up right now. I'm glad I went to sleep, I guess. I don't remember any, like, loopiness when I was asleep. You know what I mean? Like, when you lay down and you get, like death spin, right? The death spin. I don't remember any of that. So that's good. But yeah. Like, I'm okay with, like regurgitating, the contents of my stomach. It probably shouldn't be in there anyway. Gross. But yeah, like I see chunks in that. Yuck. But there are times that you do these things, and I tell people, I was like, nobody's an expert at anything. We all fail. We all fall down. We all have to pick ourselves up at times. We are not perfect people. And I said, but who wants to be perfect? Like, that's overrated. That sounds boring anyway. Living up to that expectation sounds gross to me. I don't ever want to be perfect. I like me. I do. I think I'm pretty amazing. And learning and getting better at being pretty amazing is fun. Who cares about being perfect? Who cares about being right all the time? Yeah. I just know I'm sexy and I know it. I'm sexy and I know it. I always said I was gonna start drinking Bailey's, but I never did. Just drinking about coffee makes my stomach drink. Right. I'm not a coffee drinker. And I can remember at least 3 of them in my brain. 3 of those paired with 3 pink Moscatos, which is very sweet, which is makes you really like drunk, sweet drunk. Yeah, everybody was fun. I had a lot of fun. We had a really good, like, life chats and stuff, but, like, Like, there's too many. Too many. Have you ever had anybody tell you how beautiful you really are? You're beautiful to me. Thank you, Rashawn. Oh, that's so sweet. I appreciate that, Rashawn. Thank you for saying that. I think I've probably had some people, I think they say it in live quite often, which is beautiful because one of my love languages is, what do you call it? What is this? Words of affirmation. Ever did any research on shrooms or anything like that? I have not just yet. I've heard a lot of people talking about ayahuasca and stuff like that, like plant-based things, and I know they can get you tore up. So I have not ventured out to that. I know some people who have done it. I follow this lady called Erin Lyons, I think Lyons, on Erin Lyons TV on YouTube. And she talks about how she got her spiritual awakening by doing like shrooms or LSD or something. And she was like, yeah, it's unconventional. She was like, but the way she found her awakening, as soon as she did it, she was like, then everything became clear. It was like boom, 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 boom. Then she ended up, I think she said she met her husband on Bumble. And she said she got on Bumble and she was like, what's a love language? Oh, that's a beautiful question. I'm going to answer that in 2 seconds. And she got on Bumble and she was like, I'm going to just, I'm not going to be myself. I'm not going to tell them all the things that I do. Like, I'm not going to tell them how woo-woo, how spiritual I am. They're like, I believe in, like a light worker. She talks about some alien stuff. She talks about different things. Like, she's very awakened, I should say, about all that kind of stuff. So I hear that so often. I just put it on. Oh, okay. So generally, most people have 5 love languages. And love languages simply means how you give love and how you receive love, because most oftentimes people have different love languages, and based on your love language, you think that other people want to be loved the way you love, but that's not always the case, because we all have different love languages. And so that's where people butt heads, because you're doing something that they are not they're not reciprocating, and so you're frustrated because you're like, I keep giving them this and they're not reciprocating, but they probably don't have the same love language as you. So there are 5 primary love languages, and generally people fall into one of these categories or 2 of these categories. The first one I'll mention, because I already said it, was words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are like, good morning, beautiful. I love you. How are you? You're so beautiful. You're so pretty. You're so sweet. I just think the world of you. Leaving you notes, leaving you messages, making you feel like you're the prettiest girl in the world. So those are words of affirmation. And those are good for people who probably like affirmative things, like sweet nothings, but also I do think it has to do with confidence too. As the book that I'm reading, so words of affirmation give you that support that you feel like you're missing, and they constantly affirm you in those ways. And so those are good for people who need like a pick-me-up and need more, just like maybe down on themselves a little too much. And so now that I'm, intoxicated, I can reflect back, and I was like, yeah, I think that's probably my words of affirmation, because I have to constantly do it in order to stay in that space of, is you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. So that's words of affirmation. So if you have a guy who does that, it makes you feel loved, it makes you feel wanted, it makes you feel seen, because he keeps affirming you with those, those affirmations. The second one is quality time. Quality time is just like me and you hanging out on the couch, right? Like just being in your presence, just being around you is quality time. If you are doing long distance, that may look like consistent phone calls for hours at a time. That may look like FaceTime, where you're always on the FaceTime with somebody, because you just want to be around them. You just want to take up space with their space, right? You want to be in that energy with them. So that's quality time, making sure that you just give them that time so that they know that they're not alone, right? Yeah, I got you, you got me. I'm not going anywhere. I see you. And people who have probably abandonment issues probably want quality time because they don't think you're gonna come back, right? Like almost like a dog was like, I didn't know if you were gonna come back, so I ruined the blinds. I didn't tell you to do that. I told you I would be back. So that's quality time, right? So as I'm saying these things, I also realize what our traumas are behind the things and why we seek them as love languages. But they are parts of us that we still need to work with healing. Love how love comes back around, eh? Okay, so the third one would be physical touch. Physical touch is not sex, though. Physical touch is literally, I mean, you could put it as a portion of it, but it's really not. Physical touch is the hand holding, like, and I guess it could be parts of the abandonment issue on a different level, or not feeling. I think physical touch is probably more so not feeling loved, right? Not getting that affectionate like you when you were younger, right? So the hugging, the hand holding, like when you're laying on somebody and they're rubbing their fingers through your hair, um, always having to be on them. So maybe you didn't get enough attention from your mother, right? Your mother wasn't like, she might be like, get up off me, right? Because boys tend to be very attached to their mothers. And so maybe if you didn't get that as a child, then you really want that as an adult. So it's not necessarily sexual stuff, but it's more so like, yeah, hand holding. Maybe they're rubbing your knee, you're rubbing their thigh, holding hands. Just they gotta touch you in some way, right? A knee, a finger, an elbow, a hand, they hugging, you know what I mean? Like you just want to feel them. You want them to touch you. Like physical touch is very important because a lot of people don't realize this, but the fastest thing to kill anything is neglect. Like that's why you look at a banana and it's cute and ripe on the counter, and then you go back the next day and it's like, right? Because it's just anything that you don't give life to dies very quickly. And you can see that in our fruits and vegetables and stuff all the time. But if you speak to them, they keep throwing, they keep thriving. If you touch them and talk to them, those things keep growing. And so physical touch is important. So you can tell by people who want physical touch, if you ignore that and you don't do that, they're probably they're gonna look for it in somewhere else, and they're gonna blame like, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, but it had nothing to do with me. That has everything to do with you and your lack of feeling. You felt like somebody neglected you. You felt like you were going, internally that you were quote unquote dying because nobody gave you the attention. And so you seek attention. For my physical touch people, you seek attention in ways that you're not receiving them, and so you go looking for it in somebody else. And so I think our physical touch people, even though we'll blame it on sex, but it's not sex, but it's the physical parts of having a connection with somebody else. And so if you don't have that, you'll go longing outside of your relationships for something. And so that's what physical touch is. Physical touch is the fact that you are neglected in your neglect, right? Nobody gave you that, those hugs and those nurturings, and so that physical thing you're looking for. You're looking to feel like I belong, and you're not getting that. Okay, so that's the third. Then we have our fourth, which is acts of service. So our acts of service is basically I'm doing things for you. So I'm cutting your grass. I'm taking you out to, not necessarily like out to eat, but I am doing things for you that take stuff off of your plate, right? I'm doing the laundry for you. Like I got the kids ready for school. I packed their lunch. I got you a car wash, right? These are things that you are doing for somebody else so they don't have to do. Like, you took care of my to-do list. Oh my God. You know how sexy that is, because a lot of females are acts of service. Like, if you listen to a female and she'll talk about all the things that, oh my God, he did this and he did that and he did that and he did that. And so all those he did things are acts of service. So women tend to be really drawn to that aspect, acts of service, right? Because they feel like in the past, nobody did that for them, right? So as soon as you do those things, most people have at least two, heavily on the two. And then I'm going to tell you the last one. And then after I tell you the last one, then you tell me which one you are, okay? Or which two you are. So yeah, so acts of service, people, mostly men and women can be acts of service, though. Just depends on who it is. But yeah, if you are doing something for them, they feel loved in that regard. And they, if you don't do that, it's like, I don't think he's into me. I don't think he loves me. But that's based on, right, who you are and how your love language is. And so you can kind of see where people people bump heads because they don't know how to be loved, and they don't understand how to receive love, because everybody is not loving the same way. And then the last but not least is receiving gifts. Receiving gifts is essentially is essentially what it means. So receiving gifts would be getting flowers, getting money, getting little notes. Sometimes receiving gifts doesn't have to be a monetary thing, but it could be, right? It could be that every time you go to the store, you bring me back something. I don't care if it's a bottle of water. I don't care if it's a pack of gum. I don't care if it's my favorite snack. But every time I come back, or every time you come back to the house or something, you're giving me something, right? And so most women are like flowers. We love flowers. But you have to talk to your flowers, right? Smell them, talk to them, look at them, kiss them, those kind of things. But, receiving some kind of gift makes me feel like you love me because you thought about me, right? Happy birthday, Abrinas. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I had done my So, receiving gifts is probably a fact that you don't feel that you've ever, you feel, right, neglected, unwanted. And so by giving somebody gifts, they feel valued. Like, I have a friend, and will say things like, oh, can you bring me back a so-and-so? And so now that I think about the different love languages and the fact that maybe, you were raised where nobody ever gave you anything, and so you attribute gifts to love, right? So that's why and so most people who, a lot of people pleasers are receiving gifts because that's their love language, because they were deficient in that and they thought they didn't get that growing up. So they're like overly affectionate in gift giving, and they think that that's what you want because that's what they lacked in their relationships. And so they overcompensate with gift giving. And it doesn't work because you have to know somebody else's love language. And most people tend to do their love language to other people thinking that that's going to be reciprocated. Like, if I give you all these things, of course you're going to give them back to me. I'm going to give you love and time and affection and money and gifts and all these things, expecting you to give it to me in return. And then when you don't give it to me in return, I'm going to feel bad. Like, oh my God, they don't, and I've done this and I've done this and I've done that. But the reason why you did it was not because, here's the catch, right? Trauma is so beautiful. The reason why you did it is because you wanted it in return secretly. You didn't do it necessarily for them, but you did it for yourself and for your ego. And so when it wasn't reciprocated, now you feel bad. but you never ask them how they love. If you ask them how they love and you explain to them these different things and they'll tell you how they love, then you have a much better relationship, because I can speak to your love language if I know what it is, right? If I know your acts of service and I know you want me to do things for you, not necessarily gifts, then I can save myself some money. Hello? If and then instead of me spending money buying you gifts that's not your love language. So that would be a waste of time. But if I give you or if I gift you like a car, a car wash thing, a monthly car wash, you would be like, I love that girl. Oh my God, I love the girl. She gets me. She understands me, right? Instead of me giving you a Father's Day gift you don't want. You don't want no stocks. But you know what I mean? Or I give you a new pair, I give you some new, even though my love language is gifts, but I know you like grilling and I buy you some grilling stuff or some golf clubs, right? They mean nothing to me, but I know you're gonna utilize them, and it's a service for you because you know how many golf balls you are gonna need because you like golfing or something. You know what I mean? Like, so it's an active service because these things are pricey, and you know that if you take that off my to-do list, like go buy golf balls, go get it so and so, go get this, then you're gonna feel more love. So by doing love languages and understanding somebody's love language, it's so much easier for you to have that connection with them and for them to have that connection with you. And that way I have to remind myself of this, right? Your relationships will be so much smoother, and you'll be able to, we call it a love tank. You'll be able to fill their love tank because you are able to talk their language, and they're able to essentially reciprocate now that they know how you love. So, in the people in the chat, now that we've gone through all the love languages, we have words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, receiving gifts, and acts of service. Which one or two are you? Generally, most people are about two of them. And granted, in all aspects, you probably are all of them, but you tend to lean more to two of them, which is why most people just don't have why so many relationships kind of, I think, fail because they don't know this. And then once you realize what's your love language and that can that person love you in your love language goes a long way, because generally our childhood trauma follows us every day of our lives, even though we don't realize it. But even though your love language is probably your trauma, though, things that you were deficient in growing up, and that's why you want them now. It's just so amazing. Like, the older we get, the more like, oh, I feel like I should be a coach. I honestly don't know, but I think I'm changing my name to Love Tank. You're so funny, caveman. So which one are you, though? But here's the thing. Let's see. Because you have so many ladies, you're probably, I'm going to say, quality time and physical touch, because you are surrounded by women. And you may say, oh, well, they're flocking to me. But you're also flocking to them because you're putting out that energy. Like, I just have so much love to give that I want to give it to you. But by having so many women, you have to have the time for those women, right? That takes a lot of time. So that's probably quality time. And anytime you're off, you're probably spending it with a female because you have so many. You probably don't like to be alone. Is this true? You let me know. So I'm going to, usually men with a lot of, women and men with a lot of kids have a insecurity thing. They feel insecure. And so by being surrounded by a lot of women or having a lot of children, you feel like, okay, I'm rooted, I'm grounded in these things. And I'm definitely secure in my manhood, in my masculinity. because I have so many of these things. Like if I have like 1,000 kids and I have 1,000 women, they're gonna know I'm a man, right? And I'm not to put you out, caveman, like that, but a lot of times we try to overcompensate for something, right? Like if you are people who brag, like I'm this, I'm that, right? You're trying to overcompensate by bragging, but the truth is you probably lack it. Like, and I say that like one of my favorite movies is The Wizard of Oz. So like the cowardly lion, right? He's like, I am. Oh, you're gonna hear me roar, roar, roar. But it's kind of like the opposite. So, and see, I like being alone. I'm not always surrounded by women. Okay, but I get what you're saying. It may be physical touch, but I don't like being touchy. So yeah. So as I say these things, you just have to, I say, kind of write around, journal around what comes up for you, and just kind of think about what I've said. Go back and watch this live because it's not going to be long. We're going to get off here about 4 minutes, so it's only been like an hour-long live. And then go and figure out what resonates with you and think about your like childhood and think about what are the things that you wish you had as a child and what are you lacking. And so because you're lacking those things, they probably tend to be your they either, here's the funny things, they either end up being your love language or maybe the opposite of your love language because you never had it, right? Like I was like, as I think about my love languages, they were something that I see. Here's the thing about my love languages are words of affirmation and receiving gifts. If I pull back and I think about my life, I would say those are my love languages. But now that I'm talking to you and I'm thinking like the last couple of days, I'm also thinking that my love languages are also things that I've always gotten, but they probably didn't do as much as I think they could have done. Like, and I'll say this, most of my relationships were like long distance relationships, right? That I never had the physical touch though. I never really had the quality time. And I don't like talking on the phone very often. So the two love languages that most people like and most people are heavy on, I never had really because I was long distance. So I just assumed I was loving. I was words of affirmation and I was receiving gifts. Now in my older state, now that I'm thinking, I was like, I probably would love to switch to like a physical touch and a quality time because I've never really had it. So now that I'm reflecting back, I was like, oh, well, maybe we should switch love languages and see how that feels. And so for a long time, when people say, oh, they just have to be up under somebody, I was like, oh, that sounds exhausting. And part of me is like, that still sounds exhausting because just like I missed this live, if I was quality time and physical touch, I don't know that I can do this every day with you all. And so I like the fact of my love language being words of affirmation because just like Roshan gives me that. And I feel good about that. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And I love words of affirmation because it makes me feel good. So it would be interesting to see if I were to, change love languages or be with somebody whose love languages, quality time and physical touch, what that looks like because over the time span, over a long amount of time, it probably would change my lives because you would spend so much time with them. And then it also probably would take away from I'm very business savvy. Like I like to work. And I didn't get much work done today. And so that bothers me. So I can also see where that could potentially be a reason why I'm not physical touch, why I'm not quality time, because those are time consuming love languages. Does that make sense to you all? You hit the nail on the head with the have a lot of women and have a lot of kids because insecurity. I'll admit that. But I do want to do that once I can afford it. That's good, caveman. Thank you for being honest. Is love language fluid or are most people set in their ways? I think people think they're set in their ways, but I do think ultimately you can try different ones. But I do think you're probably heavy on two. Like, remember, as I just said, I'm probably this or that, and then I came right back to it, but probably not. You saw you heard, did you hear that? Like, if you go back and listen to what I just said, I literally was like, I'm words of affirmation and I'm receiving gifts. On a deeper level, I probably would like to be physical touch and I would like to be quality time. But in my day to day, I could feel myself, like if I like put myself in that situation, it feels like it would be amazing. But then I would also feel like I'm not getting stuff done. So it would be a trying to figure out where to cut things and how to fit things in my day in order for me to achieve physical touch and quality time. I would literally have to plan out my day to a T in order for that to work, right? Okay. If I go live, and I think about the times I go live at 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Yo, it's like the lights just came on. I mean, I say lights, I mean the sun. The sun is up. It's 6:30 in the morning. So if I were quality time and physical touch, most men are physical touch, not sexual, but just they just want their lady around, right? I just want to touch her. I just want to feel her. I want to stare at her. I want to look in her eyes. I want to watch her sleep. You know what I mean? That's quality time, right? Like, I just want to be in her presence. Like, women give really good energy. And if you're with a woman who has really good energy, you want to spend your time in that energy. You just want to live in it, right? Like, you want to live in her. You want to be around her because she just gives off these really good positive vibes, right? So in that situation, you're going to want to spend a lot of time with her. So that's where that quality time comes in. But if you're somebody who works a lot, quality time becomes cumbersome because I don't have that. I have 24 hours in a day, and I know my love language is, and then I like to work. Like, part of my love language is working. I love working. And so the person that I end up being with has to understand that part. Like, if they don't understand that I love working, then we're gonna bump heads in that regard too, right? Because some of us are entrepreneurs. We enjoy that stuff. So, okay, that's deep. But do you think you'd even enjoy the love language you changed to? Like, there's a reason you hadn't picked them before. Right, exactly. Yeah, totally true. So even as I'm dissecting it in my head, I can still find myself back to the other one. Like, I probably, like, if I were to change anything, maybe acts of service. Because I think acts of service and receiving gifts can kind of go on one accord. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of shuffle it a little bit. Good morning, Dean. Dean, you have to go back and watch the live. It's hilarious. I don't know why you're up right now. I don't know why I'm up right now. I like looking in your eyes, beautiful, and I like to see you smile. Thank you, Roshan. Really are. Because we made a mistake last night, Dean. We did not go live. I think quality time is one. If so, I definitely don't align with it. Gotcha. So which ones do you think you are then? Am I hooked up not having a love language? I think we all have a love language. I just think you may not know. You look stoned. I just drink a lot. I drank a lot today. Deem, I was telling them I had buttery nipples. I was like, I don't know why I'm drinking buttery nipples. I also said two things I know for sure. One, do not drink pink Moscato. It is not your friend. I don't care how cute and how pink and how bubbly it is not your friend. Do not drink it. And number two, you cannot outdrink white people. Don't even try. Don't even try. They're very fun loving when it comes to drinks, but they are not, they have bottomless pits, okay? They have bottomless pits. They can't drink. Don't do it. And that explains the late lie. And Bay was waiting on you last night. I know. How hard was that? If I can recall what I had, I think I had 3 to 4 bottles. They were like a little smaller than this of pink Moscato. They were like the little cute little bottles. And then I had pink Moscato. And then I had 3 buttery nipple shots, which consists of Bailey's and something else, but it's very sweet. Ugh, like sickeningly sweet. Then I had Crown Apple with peach schnapps and a touch of Red Bull. And let me remind you, I am 100 pounds soaking wet, and I do not eat meat. So I had like vegetarian sandwiches, so lettuce, tomato, onion, and cheese on a piece of bread. And I maybe had three of these type sandwiches. So 3 of these probably equals maybe a foot long. So done, son, done. I woke up like, I miss my life. And what in the hell is a buttery nipple? That sounds weird and freaky. White people make up this stuff. It's a white drink. It's a milky drink. I don't like milk. And the girl that I went with, I also say when she laughs like this, don't drink with her. Don't do it. She's really cute, but we'll get you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. She from me timbers, right? Damn, I was so gone. Gone. It's butter made from bread. She did have children. You're right. Yeah. But I also I don't have kids, but I love when women go out and have fun, right? Because I can, and here, because we talk about energy on here, right? And how important it is to just be in good spaces with good people. I think that women who just need that outing, you know what I mean? And someone that they can relate to and they can just be honest and open with is so powerful. And I really feel like we did that last night. Like we were just, I don't know what. I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about men for sure. We talked about her children, her new job, and things like we kind of like some of the stuff we talk about on here, but just a deeper level. And so it was good. It was a good conversation. I really enjoyed it, and she enjoyed it. And it was good. And then we had a lot of eye contact. Most of the times when I go out with women, I don't necessarily have that, but we had really intense eye contact. And so I think that's probably why it was a deeper connection. So Deem and Crystal have that. Like they do a consistent eye contact, which I also think is probably, I gotta see, is that what, I don't know what love language that would fall under. Maybe quality time, because my mother is like that. My mother, when she talks to you, she wants you to look her in her eye. And so I would say eye contact would probably fall in lines of quality time, love language. Can be deceiving. Yes, Dean, absolutely. Okay, what up? Hope all is well. I don't need nipples. I'll be fine with my girls. Keep it a buck, y'all. If they started selling breast milk in stores, would you try it? I heard it's healthy. I've heard it's healthy. I'm not a milk person though. But I know men that will drink their, their women's breast milk. Yeah. Probably if it's cold enough, they'll drink it. But I've heard it's it's kind of sweet. Yeah. But Dean probably would drink Crystal's milk. He gonna have plenty of it. She got jugs for days. You don't have to worry. In time, y'all, you gonna have plenty of breast milk to drink from. You gonna be like, you'll get to the point where you be like, these babies are taking my wife. And she'll be like, but the baby comes first. I don't care about the babies. I was here first. I can see Dean right now. I was here first. It was my pillow. Man. My girl. No. Yes. Unflavored almond milk. See? You're right. You're absolutely right. It's real. Exactly. I need some tissue. Hold on. Unflavored. Oh my gosh. But what would you cook with it though? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's healthy. And here's the thing, the interesting thing is it sounds weird, but it sounds more natural to drink a woman's breast milk and cook with a woman's breast milk because it is our human, you know what I mean? Like it came from a human than it would be to drink cow's milk, because why would you drink cow's milk when a woman gave you milk, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, so y'all been getting it in. Y'all had that morning wood. Yeah. Good morning, Crystal. It's okay, man. You just got to think about it. Just like go back through the live and think about what I said. And generally one or two of them will come up for you. You may, you just have to think about it. But I do think you're probably quality time. Maybe in the fact that you don't have a lot of time because you work a lot, but when your time is off, what do you spend it doing, right? Think about that. And think about your interactions with women. When do you feel most like a man? Right? What things do you do that you like, oh man, I feel really manly when I do this. And your ego feels good. What things do you do that make your ego feel good? And that's how you know what your love language is. Just replace regular milk with breast milk. Yeah, cow babies. Right, exactly, caveman. So yeah, I think you would be just fine. It sounds weird because we don't do it. But breast milk is probably better for you. And I wonder if we stopped drinking cow's milk and started drinking breast milk and put it on the shelf like that, how different our children would be, how different life would be, how different we would physically feel, because you have those physical things, probably put nutrients back in your body out, and instead of trying to get them from somewhere else. He's always got it. LOL. Good. Deem said he likes breast milk and the other milk. If you know, you know. But do we call it milk though? But I get it. But it's nature, right? It's natural, right? It's natural, and we kind of frown upon it in society and in religion and stuff. We frown upon it, but that's just, it's natural. It's how we are built, right? That's our bodies, you know what I mean? And so I think it's something that I feel like if we didn't if we didn't shy away from it and we just talked about it open and honestly, there would be so many more people that were just happy, just being happy and being with themselves. Like a lot of people don't know how to love and don't know how to receive love, and then they're scared to talk about sex because they've been shunned away, and their life has been so strict that when they finally get outside, then they go bonkers because they've been sheltered for so long. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that most people just don't know or not privy to. And they was like, I just don't know what happened. I know exactly what happened because you've been sheltered. That's why I tell people like, people may get upset with me about religion. I said, but because you are so constricted in your thinking of you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't do that, that by the time you get out of there, you're like, F this, I'm doing something. And they just go wild. Even people in religion go wild. Like the church scene was cool. You hear me? So and so doing this with so and so, getting it in with this one, the choir director, this and this and this, because it's so like they feel so constricted. I can't tell people what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it because I don't know how else to keep this in, right? Let me see here. Asian team said you just had a moment saying that you feel manly when you do this. Oh, my Jamal came out? It probably so. Probably so. Deem is good. Deem is good. He was being respectful. Absolutely. I love y'all's relationship together. It's really cute to watch. It's cute to watch and see it unfold in real time. And then hopefully other people are just as honest and open as you all have been, and they can use your love as an example, right? Now everybody's love language isn't the same, and so the reason why some people could see y'all and be like y'all are really ooey gooey, like ooey gooey, like that, like that moist chocolate cake with the gooey center. That's how y'all are, gooey. But I think it's because y'all have the same love language, so y'all can match each other in that regard, which is really sweet and really beautiful. But also the fact that y'all are, brand new, and so you are going to be very in that state because you're like, very new, very fresh. My time off, I spend avoiding people. I feel most like a man after sex. I think of something else. I'll think of something else. Or when put hands and feet on someone. That's more of a hate, But that's more of a hate language. So you say you're like physical, but you're physical in a negative way? Is that what you're saying? My time off you spend avoiding people. Interesting. I feel most love. So here's the thing. It's almost as if your love language is you are repelling people, though. Right? That's kind of what it sounds like. Because you're afraid of getting hurt. So you would rather repel people, you would rather push them away, you would rather fight them than to let them get close, because if they get close, they may hurt you. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's kind of what I'm feeling. And so I'm curious if that has happened to you in the past. Girl, we was waiting for you. I just kept saying, where my girl coming on? Girl, drunk? Girl, drunk. I apologize. And here's the thing. I read my book on the plane, so I'm actually in Arkansas now. You see my situation changed. I'm in the hotel. And oh my God, what was I about to say? I just, yeah, drunk. That's what I was telling Kay, man, I said, when you get with, if you ever like go out with the lady and she goes, don't drink with her. Don't drink with her. And she white, don't drink with her. Don't do it. She will have you gone, you hear me? Gone. Dean doesn't mind expressing his feelings about sex. Really, I love that. I love that y'all are vulnerable and open with each other. And I wish more couples were like that. You know what I mean? And I think about like my relationships. I wasn't that open. And that's why I say, and that's why I love this live, because even though I'm talking to you all, like I'm learning so much as I teach it to you, because that's how I was. Like, I wasn't open. I didn't know my own feelings. I didn't know how to express them. I didn't know how to talk about them. I didn't know how to tell anybody else what I was feeling, what I wanted, what I liked, what I didn't like. I could tell you, like, about yourself, right? This is what you don't do, and this is what you don't do. But that's not fair. That's not fair. Because the only reason I can tell you about yourself is because they're really my faults. They're really my triggers. They're things that I don't like about me. And so I project that onto you. And so that's not fair. But if I understand who I am and what I like and what I want, then I can display that better. Well, I like this, and I want this, and I want that, and I desire this. And then you can meet me there, or you can tell me no, and then we could either agree to disagree, we can compromise, or, we can go our separate ways. But by knowing who I am, I'm in a much better place to have a great relationship now than just getting in and chastising somebody else and blaming somebody else. Because it's so easy to talk about what that person's not doing and blame the other person. But when you take accountability for yourself, your next relationship is so much more powerful because you're honest and you're open. And one thing that women don't know is that when you tell a guy, because we're so scared, like, I don't want to tell him this stuff because he's going to use it against me. But don't tell him how to treat you. Meaning, like, don't tell him, like, I like cowards and this and this and this and this and this. Because he's going to do those things, and then you're going to fall for him, and then he's going to leave you. Because that wasn't him, right? That wasn't his love language. He can't keep that up. But if you can be honest and be like, hey, I like this. I like this. I'm vulnerable with this, and I'm working on this. Then he can meet you. He can meet you at that. He was like, okay, cool. She gets it. She understands me. She got the same things that I deal with, that I struggle with. Like, we like to give people our polished selves, right? Like, I want to give you my polished public speaking engagement, light-eyed, makeup face, I want to give you the beat face, right? But the beat face doesn't help you in the long run because I don't know who you are. And so if I'm only giving you the superficial, you can only like me off superficial. And I never gave anybody the authentic version of me so that way that they could see me for me. My relationship probably would have lasted a lot longer, and I probably would have not got burnt out and annoyed by them. Because I'm like, they're not growing. They're not growing, they're not changing. I didn't like that part. But I also know that I am a lifelong learner. So I have to have people around me that love to learn. I'm always going to learn. If you're a homebody and you stay on the couch and you just, quality time is okay, but I got to continue to grow. And I feel like that's where I will end the quality time at. If we're not growing together and you're in your homebody wanting to do the same thing, that's not my person. It's cool for somebody else, but it's just not for me. Let's see here. Maybe it's affection, because I love when women act crazy for no reason. It keeps me on point. What do you mean act crazy? What does that mean, act crazy? Because sometimes you sound like trauma. Like if you like drama in your relationships, then that's like a trigger. Like you don't understand how beautiful it is once you, right, like you said, when you're by yourself. Because if you like trauma, and you like women to get like ratchet and stuff, then that's somebody who likes toxicity. He said church people look at stuff like it's the end of the world. Right. Like I am, so like one of our places that we go to, I'm gonna stop talking and read this chat. I'll put a pin in that. Do you want to go dancing with me? Let me know if you want to go dance with me. Oh, Roshan, thank you. I haven't been dancing in a long time. Dancing is good. It's good for the body, good for the mind, good for the soul. He did it last night. I looked at him and said, babe, he was like, what you want to eat, queen? That man be seeing inside my mind, heart, and all. Oh, I love that, Crystal. Y'all are so cute. Okay, man, be like, but see, here's the thing about that. What is that? Might want to go away. It won't go away. I don't know. I'm probably overstimulated because that's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, it's a fiber. Look, now I'm pulled out another fiber. Now I lost 2 fibers. Now watch tomorrow. This whole side just unravels. Okay, wait. Caveman be like, okay. So now that we think about that, he doesn't like that stuff. It's probably because if he goes back, Caveman, if you go back to your childhood, did your mother not like to be touched? Right? Does that resonate with you? Like, how was your mother? Because a man and his mother is a very deep bond. And Dean will attest to that. Like, if you have a really strong bond with your mother, then you'll tend to, like when she's gone, you'll tend to look for somebody like your mother. But on the opposite, if she wasn't loving and she wasn't this or she wasn't that, then you kind of repel that stuff from you because you never had it in that way, so you repel it. But you ultimately still want those things. Like everybody wants to be loved by their mothers and fathers. Like I don't care how old you are. Even if you hated them, you still wanted to be loved by them. How was my flight? My flight was good, Dean. Thank you for asking. Oh, Crystal, I'm sorry. It's Crystal, right? Yeah. Apologies. And now I'm saying apologies. I read the book yesterday. It was like, don't apologize. And I was like, dang, we can't even apologize. Miss like, don't apologize at all because it's still belittling you. I'm telling you, that book is so good. So we still have some unlearning to do, ladies and gentlemen. And I will talk about that maybe later on this week or something. But that part, I've got to read to y'all because it caught me all the way off guard. That book is so good. Oh my gosh, we're about to be perfect humans. Imperfect, perfect humans, because I like being imperfect. It's fun that way. Don't drink with Becky and Susan. Oh my gosh, facts. Yeah, and I never forgive folks who have hurt me, even tried to. Wow. But here's the thing, Caveman. You said you never forgive people who hurt you. But they can only hurt you if you didn't teach them how you love, right? Or how to love you. They can only hurt you because you didn't know how to express that. And so now you have to turn that inward. So you are projecting that outward to other people like they hurt you. But you have to figure out what that is. Because I like to say universe is you in reverse. So the only thing the universe is going to give you back is what you put out there. It can only give you back that same thing. So if those happen to you on a consistent basis, you have to look within and figure out what am I putting out there for me to receive those things back. Dean, I don't talk to men past 10 or heights past midnight. Oh my gosh. But why though? Trying to get Dean to forgive someone is like trying to get an old man to go back to the doctor. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it until he realizes he did it. The only reason why somebody would do you wrong is because you put that out there into the world for you to get it back so that you could have, like, everything in life is a test. So in order for somebody to do something wrong to you, you're like, oh my God, why did that happen to me? Why does this always happen to me? Because you always keep putting that out there. You keep saying, why is this happen? Why? I bet this gonna happen. And it's gonna happen because you said it. That's why that red book is so important. Everything that you put out there, you are going to get back. So you can't be like, I knew this was gonna happen. Exactly, because you put it out there. So the only time that people are gonna continue to be hateful, be rude, continue to deny you is because you keep putting it out there, right? Stop self-sabotaging yourself. Stop it. Stop self-sabotaging. Repeat after me. I will not. I don't even say I will not. I will do better at learning myself. Okay? I don't like the word not in affirmations because our bodies tend to not receive that well. Because we don't understand that word, not. So in the better term, say I am, like I am this, I am that. I'm trying to eat him. Let me see. He said you out for that. He feels that. What would a man have to do? What would a man have to do? How would you feel about a man? I don't know what that means. What would a man have to do? How would you feel about a man? I don't know what that means, Rashawn. Girl team said he gonna be deep, take it or leave me. We made it official and I took it. Okay. I'm so glad you said that. I'm glad you brought that up. That says a lot about him. That also says a lot about you, right? Because men can change, just like women can change. And he says, "I'm this way, take it or leave it," and then you took it. But it also talks about him being set in his ways, but that's also trauma that can be fixed, right? And then also the fact that you took it also means you still have work to do too, right? Like, yes, you love that man and stuff, but you cannot, I will repeat, you cannot change yourself for a man. It will not work. You can't change yourself for a man to the point when you look up, you're not the same person. He fell in love with the crystal that he has. Anytime that you continue to change for him, you lose a part of yourself. And over time, once you start, it's fine right now because the dynamic is just you and him. But if you start changing yourself to his dynamics, and then you start having children, then you're gonna change yourself to the children's dynamics. Oh, well, the kid's gotta have this, and the kid's gotta have that, and this, and this, and that. And then Demon's gonna be like, well, where's Crystal? Well, I want this and want that. And you're gonna get depleted very quickly because everybody's vying for your attention. Everybody's vying for your time. And the more and more that happens, the less of you that is there, and to the point where you just are not yourself at all. And it's hard to come back because you never remembered who you were. So that's why it takes women so long to, after children, to kind of get ourselves back together because we've lost ourselves in the process. So I want you to be mindful of that on the front end, to watch yourself, watch your actions and what you're doing. And yes, you can love him, and you can love on him, and you can be those things, but you need to be yourself at all times. Because it's so easy to get caught up and turn yourself and mold yourself into something like, we all have different puzzle pieces. Like if you're doing a puzzle, and though that puzzle piece looks like it fits there, it does not. And you're gonna try and fit there when you need to be over here, right? And so by loving him in your way and not changing to his way, it's gonna take your relationship so much further. Like, don't be a yes, like yes team, absolutely no. You can be peaceful, but you don't have to be his peace, if that makes sense. Because a lot of women say, I want to be his peace. He don't need that girl. You need to ruffle some feathers, right? That keeps the relationship strong because he does need to stay stimulated. You need to continue to stimulate him in his mind in that regard. And as long as you're loved, he loves you for that. So keep making him stimulated. Mentally, okay? I mean, physically, yes, but that's a given. Mentally, though. What do you think? I'm a little behind because power went out. Oh, wow, okay. But act crazy like press me about where I'm at or what I'm doing. Or try to fight me because she made up a scenario. Or even I was wrong or something. So you like toxicity. That sounds like toxicity, caveman. That's a trauma. Dean said when there's nothing that can get between a son and a mother bond. That's beautiful, Dean. It's very powerful. The lady I was out with, she had 2 boys, and I was telling her, I was like, that's some strong stuff. And I think here's the funny thing is that we think that the man gives the X or the Y chromosome to have the girl and boy. But subconsciously, you already know what you're going to have because the world is going to give you what you need, right? The universe is going to give you what you need. So if I need more love, I'm going to have a boy because boys love their mothers unconditionally. It is very interesting. That relationship and that dynamic and that bond is so powerful. But if I need more confidence, I'm going to have a girl. I don't know why that is. I'm still sitting on that part, but I do think if you want more confidence, more security, more self-esteem, you're going to have a girl. Because that's what we teach our girls. Say, hey, stand up. You can do this. Be independent, right? And that's what we do to our girls. Never really was around my mom. See? That's it. It's so beautiful, like when you can unpack this stuff and like pull back the layers and see why you are the way you are. And everybody has it's just a beautiful thing to see when you peel back the layers and you realize why you're doing the things you're doing. It's almost like a self-diagnosis, and then you find like when your car's not working, it's like, what is going on with my car? And you have to go through all the steps. You're like, oh my God, well, does it do this? Does it do that? Like, how's the motor? How's so and so? When I turn the thing, does it crank? Is it dead, or is it click 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 click? Do I have lights or no lights? Right? And you diagnose, and then once you find the problem, you fix it. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You still have to work on it because it comes in layers. Every iteration of the moon, you peel back a different layer, and if you're doing the work, you'll start to feel like, oh my God, this is why this happens. So you said caveman never really was around my mom. She was a thug down the street, but I'd see her from time to time. So that already tells me that you repel women in that same regard because your mom essentially kind of repelled you, or you felt repelled by your mom because how our upbringing shapes who we are. So because your mom wasn't around, you felt like women were just kind of come and go because your mom wasn't around, right? You never had that really good connection and bond with your mom, and so you don't mind having multiple women because you never felt that unconditional love from your mother anyway. So if you were to really settle down and be with one woman, it would be night and day for you because you've never really had it. You don't know how to handle it because you never had it. But if you were to, that's why I tell men, I said, I think you can be faithful. You can be with one woman, but you've never had it. So it's going to feel hella awkward for you for a while because you just don't know how to sit with somebody in quality time, physical touch, be with one person. It's going to feel weird to you. It's going to feel foreign to you because you've never had it. But if your mother was that, sit up under you and you could lay your head on her chest, you would be like, you would be like Demon Crystal. But your mother wasn't around to let you do that, or she'd like, get up off me. And so that's why you're reflecting that now in your relationships. Get off me. Or you want to be toxic because you've not used to that. Demon taught him how to keep his enemies close and keep his friends closer. That's why he doesn't trust anyone. Think about That means, that's deep. Hurt physically, not emotionally. That's what I meant. Yeah, but it goes deeper than that. It's very, you can say that, but we're always hurt emotionally. I feel like you're hurt emotionally first, and then we'll blame it on physicality. But our egos are bruised very easily, very easily. Asian team said you're talking about your little red pistol. What? I'm probably too far down the chat. I don't even know what that means. My red pistol. I have no idea what we're talking about. Asian, yes, we're working things together. Roshan, what would you think about me if I fell in love with you? What would I think about you? I don't know what that means. I would say that because I'm giving you honest and open dialogue, and we're having really good conversations, and I'm being just authentic. Most people don't have these conversations, so you are going to naturally fall for me in that regard because I'm teaching you something that most people have not learned, and so you'll feel maybe infatuated by me, or there's a term called limerence. And so if you said you were to fall in love with me, I think that would be why. Because I'm giving you something that you've never had, and you like it, and you're going to want more of it. So that's why you'll fall for me. So that's why I tell people now, like, when, Robin will be like, hey, I got a list, get a list. That's what it is. Because I'm giving you something that you've never had before. You like it, and you appreciate the honest. You appreciate that I'm open. And so you'll get more and more attracted to that. Absolute girl, he truly accepts me for who I am and doesn't want me to do anything but love, respect, and always remain humble and honest with him. Right, that's good. Hello, Asia. What happened to you yesterday? I'm at work now. I came by and say hi, and anyways. Hey, Clemente, I apologize. And I was like, I'm not supposed to apologize because that's a label, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I was drunk. That's it. That's really what it was. And so I missed my time because I was drunk. Oh, I got to the end of the chat. Yay, we're at the end. Dean said I'm the only one for him. He doesn't want anyone else. No, I get that, Crystal. Caveman has a lot of ladies. That's what I was referring to. No, you are perfect for Dean. But you are going to, I just want to make sure that you are continually doing things for yourself, not just for Dean, because you will ultimately lose yourself in that regard. It won't be today, it won't be tomorrow. It's like slowly over time that women tend to do it, and it's hard to come back from that once you've done it. So I just say, like, make sure you're still taking yourself on your own dates, right? Doing things that you like to do. Yes, you want to do stuff with Dean all the time. Still make sure that you are going out with friends. Still make sure that you are doing girly things that you like to do, and having things for you and you only, because over time, if you're always invested in him, you'll lose yourself. Because, okay, for instance, my aunt loves to garden, and so when I first was there, and she said, can you help me plant these things? And I was like, oh, okay, sure. I'm thinking one time. So I went, and I went live and I did the planting and stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. And then the next week she bought some more. And I was like, okay. And the next week she bought some more. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't garden. And I woke up and I was like, I don't like this. Hear me clearly. I am a girl. I am not a girly girl. I do not like, I don't like gardening. I wouldn't mind. This would be a scenario of me putting myself in a puzzle piece that kind of looks like I'm good, but I'm not good, because I don't like being in dirt like that. Like, I'm in nature. I have no problem sitting in the grass. I have no problems grounding. I have no problems doing yoga, sitting underneath a tree. I love that stuff. I don't like planting flowers. Not really. It's not my thing. I would rather plant a garden. If I planted a garden of fruits and vegetables and seeds and nuts, I could do that, though. I could go out and sing to my plants. I could go out and look at my strawberries and look at my bell peppers and look at my onions, look at my bananas, look at my almonds. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how almonds, I don't even know what they look like on trees. But I can do that stuff. But to plant pretty flowers is not my ideal thing. And you would think maybe because they're so close in nature, right? Follow me. Because they're so close, I can do this. Absolutely. I think I could totally do this because part of me, I was like, oh, this is soothing. I get why she likes it. But the other part is, that's not why I like it though. I don't like it. I'll do it, but it's not a thing for me. I would much rather plant something that I know I'm gonna get some nourishment from than just to plant a flower. So just knowing exactly what it is that you like, 100%, right? Because if you're just like a little bit off, you're still off, right? It's like just like when you in high school you had that lock. You're like, okay, if I turn it this way once, then I skip it and I turn this way and I turn that way. Even if the lock is off by one number, it still doesn't open. So be mindful of what you like and what you're doing and making sure that you stay in that regard, because even if it's off just a little bit, it still won't open. And you still won't be fulfilled. You may be close, but you won't be fulfilled. Yes, I do, and that's one of the main reasons I have own time. Okay, good, Crystal. I love that. I'm glad you have your own time. I would love to spend some quality time with you. Yeah, you're good. Really who you are. And I'm already falling in love with you already. I'm just letting you know, don't worry about it. Okay, thank you, Rashawn. Listen to what I've said tonight, though, okay? Rashawn, all in all, did we ever figure out what my love language is? We did, Caveman. You got to go back and watch the live. I think you might have dropped off. Because I think because you and your mother weren't close, your bond with women is skewed. And so you're going to have to do the things that you are repelled by and sit with those in order to really come to terms with yourself, because I do think you have been you've been pushing stuff off for so long that you don't realize it. So you feel like you don't have love language, but you do have love language. It's just you're still caught up in your trauma that you don't know what your love language is. It probably is the same two that most men have, which is quality time and physical touch. But because you never experienced it from your mother, you don't know how to handle it. So that's why you say, like, if somebody touches you, like, get off me, get off me, get off me. I don't like to be touched. You're just repelling it because that's a trauma response, because you never had it. But I guarantee you, like, if I like to say, like, if I were to, like, hug you for a very long time, you would break down in my arms. Facts. Just because you haven't had it. You've never had that experience. So you repel people, get off me, get off me, get off me. But if you were to sit in that, if, like, you found a lady who would just, like, eye contact with you and hug you and wouldn't let you go, you would break down. You would break down. DM said, you're not a girly girl, meaning you a thug. My Jamal. Hey, Misfit. How are you? How are you? Misfit, you got to go back and watch this live. This live is hilarious. I was supposed to be off here. Why is the light, like, the sun is up and everything? Even when I wake up at 5 a.m., we still be live. We still be on live. Look at us. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? I don't know. K-Man, you still on? Beautiful. Hey, Misfit. He said Jamal Lee John. I don't like Lee John Tyson. You gotta change that last name. I don't like those. I'm cool with Jamal or Jamela. Thank you. Damn, Aysia. You gonna make me cry. I'm gonna make you cry because you need it. Because you need it. You know what I mean? Like, a beautiful day. Thank you, Misfit. How would you feel about early morning love in the morning, the rush on? Not how you feel. Oh, she said, I know you see. You say, hey. Crystal is getting at you, Misfit. So, Roshan, to answer your question, you mean like you call how early morning love? That's called morning wood. That's what we call it. That is the term that we call that. That is all men have morning wood. So, Jamasia. I like Jamila. You talking about Jamasia. But most men have morning wood. So, that's a normal thing for you all, and yeah, I mean it's fine. I mean it's you. That's how you're built. I think as long as it's early enough so that it doesn't like mess up my day, then it's fine, right? Because there's some work that's involved and time that's involved and then cleanup that's involved. Yeah. So if it's early enough, yeah. Oh, kind of hard to type and drive. Got it. What did I just miss? How did we get to the subject morning? Right. Some Roshan in the chat. You gonna get this decision team said what up? What if you made it all about you? How would you feel just please in your body? I don't know what that means, Roshan. Huh? I don't know what that means. Sound like Roshan is in having a moment. That's what that sounds like. What? Alright. Yes, my lord. Yes, drive safe. Explain to me what I said if you didn't understand what I said. Yeah, I don't know what you mean about laying in what if you made it all about you? How would you feel? Just please in your body. Play Roshan how you would feel. I don't know what that means. You got insert the commas and pierce yourself. What he said to make sense, but out. He said, but out of hilarious when you understand. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I don't get it. It sounds like it's something that has to do with sex, I guess. Pleasing myself, I guess. Something, I don't know. Okay. Oh my gosh. So sorry. Well, what does he mean then, caveman? What is he actually saying though? What does that mean? I need some light. Okay, all right. I love y'all's relationship. It's so cute. Oh wow. I didn't know my scarf was here. I promise you I never put it on. Look at my hair. That's the only thing about like me. I had to do my hair all over again. Oh my gosh. I said, what if I made it all about you? How would you feel about that? What if you made it all about me? So when you make stuff all about somebody else, that's a, it's still a response of, you still want that in return though. You can make it all about me, but you still want it in return. Absolutely. We are, our egos are still in us. And so you can make it all about somebody else, but ultimately you still want that in return. Like everybody uses everybody. I remember my mentor saying that, and it was the best thing he could have ever said. He was like, here's the thing. Everybody uses everybody in some way, shape, or fashion. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, someone so just used me, that's not true, because there was parts of you that wanted to be used. You either used them for love and attention or affection, and they used you for money or time or sex or whatever the case is, right? So everybody uses everybody for something. So don't play the victim because you wanted it just as much as they wanted it. You may not have been strong enough to hold your boundaries in that regard, but you wanted some part of that, right? You know, outside from like rape, of course, but yeah. I said, what if I made it all about you? How do you feel? But it's hilarious. Deemed love when I please myself honestly, but he said he preferred to watch than join me. Yeah, people like that too. Yeah, that is a fetish, by the way. Okay, that is a fetish. A lot of people have fetishes too, and they hide those fetishes. There are over 200 fetishes, which I think is fascinating. Fascinating. I could go on and on for days about that stuff, but the uh, the lady in me is not ready for that just yet. She's in there though. How would you take a man? How would you take a man? Would you make you feel just by the power of touch? I have no idea what that means. What if you made it all about you? How would you feel? Just please, in your body, play. Rashawn, know how I feel. Rashawn the poet. Oh goodness. I mean, women can. I mean, made it all about me. I would be curious to know why. Because ultimately, here's the thing: you are thinking that that's what I want to be all about me, in which some women are like that, but I would want to, like most people, we have the law of reciprocity, which means if you give me something, I feel compelled to give it back to you in return, right? Like if you gave me money, I feel compelled to give you money. Most people, not everybody, but most people in general feel the law of reciprocity. So if you're going to give me all of that, then I'm going to want to do it in return. So, but you're giving me is, even though it's a law of reciprocity, but you're giving in hopes that you get something back. And you may not say it, but subconsciously, that's what you're doing. You want something in return. And then the people who don't want something in return, generally, like if you, like people who amass a lot of wealth really early, is because they were doing it not for themselves. And so, like, making money is a spiritual aspect. So if you're receiving a lot of money, then you didn't necessarily do it for the money. You did it to help the people, and then you got rewarded on the back end. Now, as you start to receive all that money, then it changes you in that regard sometimes. But you didn't set out to make money. You set out because you wanted to help people. And so usually when you make a lot of money really quickly, that's usually why you made it. So it's not. It's so when people say it's not about the money, that's what they mean. It's not about the money because they they were they did it to help people, and then once they helped people and they saw how much it helped them, then it became about them. Then it probably became about the money because it became a game at that point. But initially, it was just a, hey, how can I? Oh, I can help you with that. I can fix that for you. Because ultimately, everybody has problems, and you just want somebody to help you fix your problem, right? And the person that helps you fix your problem, like I'm giving this free advice for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Dean never even gave me that tonight. You never even gave me a like and subscribe. But because I'm giving you advice, I'm helping you solve problems, right? Like I could charge for this. Yeah, I probably could do some one-on-one coaching or something. Maybe in the future. Or group coaching on this stuff. But because I'm helping you break through things and having your aha moments, having transformations that you never had, then it gives you a whole different aspect on life, right? Because you're able to do more with your life now that you know how you are and how to communicate, how to, live with people, how to love people better, how to love yourself better. And so that helps you go a long way. Well, I wouldn't need any return because I know I already got you, and I know how I already feel about you. So whatever you want, I will try and give it to you. And then, so Roshan, that also sounds like people pleasing. That's a whole nother story. You be making me flow, girl. I've been out of breath sometimes. Oh. Everybody listening, my top 3 fetishes. That's a lot of them. Caitlin said he just has the one that I made. Because there's several. There are people who like licking eyeballs, like the like these right here. Like they will lick those, and that's a fetish. I had no idea. There are fetishes for macro size penises. There are fetishes for micro size penises. Didn't know that was a thing. A lot of people like pain. A lot of people like some sort of pain. There are people who like sex with corpses. It's weird, but there are people who like that stuff. There are so many. It's mind-boggling how many there are. It's like over 200 something. I didn't read them all because there's a lot. But generally, you probably have a few, and I think a lot of people also mask that stuff. And I also think if when you go and read it, it does say it's up under mental health. So that also tells you, right, that even your sexual fetishes are probably stemmed in some sort of mental health or trauma. It's just it's fascinating to me, and I think if more people knew this and more people explored this and figured out why they are that way, it would solve a lot of things. But we like to mask so many things that we deal with. And so by masking it, you are essentially covering those things up. But by covering them up, it doesn't mean that they go away. I'm going to listen to my All About Me. Oh my gosh. What's the other two? Cave Thieves. That's a classic. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want it back from you. Just want you to show that I love you. Right, and that's people pleasing, Roshan. That is a classic case of people pleasing, meaning you don't feel worthy enough to get it in return, so you want to give it to somebody else because you don't love yourself enough to feel worthy of getting it in return. Mm-hmm. top 3 are feet getting choked in. The choking one is a good one. That one is very, for men especially, too. We have to do it right because, like a lot of men who, that's where the asphyxiation comes, right? Because they be trying to get that feeling. Because y'all get really what's going on choking, so. Interesting. And so ass slapping is a type of pain, yeah. Okay. He definitely loves eating, A lot of men do, though. That's, I think it's very interesting. Not his, yours. Come on, don't give it to me now. We got to get off here now, Dean. Crystal. Let me see. Where am I at? It's early, but it's a vibe, so make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to my garage. That's cute, Crystal. It's just so late. I'm about to get off of here. I'm getting off in 4 minutes. I'm going to finish my snap. I cannot believe I missed my live. I'm still upset. I guess we made up for it, but still. Sheesh. Okay. Mine are similar to my hubby, but the last one I love kissing on his chest. Yeah, that's cute. Deem is far from the little ones. That man is hung like a horse. Right. So that would be a macro. But that in itself is a fetish too. Macro size which comes. Well, you gotta do your kegels a lot because our vajayjays lose, what's the word? Elasticity as we age and as we get older. So you'll have to continue to do your kegels. So, so caveman, when you see Deem's profile go to his woman, which is Crystal, that means Crystal's on. So she's been on for a while. So she will talk, and she'll say if Deem says something. But right now it's definitely Crystal because her picture's up there. When the profile picture changes back to Deem, then that's Deem talking. But when you see Crystal's picture, that's how you know Crystal's talking. We've been doing this for a while. Caveman's not on enough to know that though. So yeah. Cave, he said he eats. Like cheesecake. Oh my gosh. Big Asia all the way up here. All in their chat. He said, yep, but he'll wait for her response. Oh my gosh. My love language is people pleasing. That's what it is. But that's a trauma. That's trauma. That's trauma. Let me get real close. That's trauma. That's trauma. People pleasing is trauma. That's what I had. That's how I can tell you that's trauma. People pleasing is trauma all day. Because it's like what would Jesus do? And you have the tendency of like, well, I just want to please people. Like, did you grow up in church? Because it's a feeling of not being worthy. And because you feel like you're not worthy, subconsciously you feel like you're not worthy of these things. So you overcompensate by, I just want to make sure everybody likes me. So I just want to make sure that of course I'll be there at your brother's recital. Like, I don't want to go to your brother's recital, but I'm going to show up because I'm that friend. I'm that person that you can count on. And so you'll do that over and over again. And then you slowly but surely become depleted because you're doing things that you don't want to do and you're too scared to say no. When in fact, by saying no, you help them and you help yourself because you're no longer lying about the things that you don't like, but also you stand in your person. And I think people like to overcompensate for these things because we think subconsciously that they're going to like us more if we do all the things that they like, when in fact it's the opposite. By you being who you are and saying, no, I don't like that, you have more friends. Like, for a long time, my sister loved her friends. She was always with her friends. And like, we wouldn't really hang out and that stuff. And my sister was always very, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, but mom said, why can't you do it? It's our mom. She's like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm like, I don't know. And I used to be like, I don't understand why she can't just do what we do because it's our mother, because it's this or because it's that. You know how many times now I tell her, girl, thank you. Because she gave me that example and because she was so headstrong about it. And now going back and looking in my life, I'm like, that's how you should be. And you know, the guys that she would encounter, they would be obsessed with her, right? Because she's like, no, stand up for what you believe. We're not conforming to anybody. And mold yourself to the person that you are, and they will follow. I think we think that people are gonna leave us if we're honest and open. So we just have to pretend to like everything that they like. No, you give the people. I want you to be able to know that humans are smart enough that if they want to be with you, they will. Right? You don't have to do anything and everything that they do and to just please them and make them the happiest people in the world because you want to. I know. No. Do you and see and watch them just agree or disagree. Most of the time, here's the crazy thing. If I told somebody something and I was like, this is it. That's it. You know what I mean? I am this. I'm working through this, but this is how I am. You know what I mean? I can take you at that. I am this, but I'm working through this. Or I am this and I am working through this. I can take you at that then. Oh, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Because free is boring, right? And so if you're doing all the things that I like, free is boring. That's all I'm saying. My love is people is my language. I'm just it till I catch back up. I'm just big it till she catch back. I don't know what that means. Let me read now. Aysia girl be picking. Thing be picking me up and it's just snatching my soul even after I got there. Oh my goodness. Aysia, yes, girl, you keep it right. That's good. Me and Dean will let it be known about our sex life. Don't shy away. Hello, James. Hello there. Do you like dog or cat? I've had both. I've had a dog. I had a dog for 16 years, and then I had a cat when I was younger. Is that what you're asking? You know, that was trauma. I love anybody who loved me. Right. So here's the thing, caveman. Because you did not get that love from your mother, you seek it from other people. So now you want to please everybody. So that's why you have multiple women, because you have insecurities because you didn't have that connection with your mother. And so now you find it from other people because you didn't get it from her. And because she was out there, you said she was like a thug and she wasn't really around. You feel the need to make sure that everybody else is good to make up for the fact that when you wanted her around, she wasn't there. So that's why I said, if you were to ever get with somebody and have that like quality time with them and that physical touch, it would be weird for you because you've never experienced it because you didn't get that from your mother. But had you got it, you would love it. You would love it. Like having multiple women, I also think is a trauma response. You know what I mean? Like you could do it, but we're not really designed for that. Well said. Thank you. You ain't ready. Dean said you would rather watch a tree grow. Right? I mean, I love men. Don't say that I do. I love men. It's just as I have these awakenings, I want to make sure that the person that I'm with understands me. Because I go through a lot of different iterations. Like, even in this chat tonight, on this live, day, night, whatever, I have pulled back so many layers within myself. I feel like just on this live, I'm a different person every hour that I'm on this live because I've uncovered something within myself um, in the last hour or 2 hours. I'm like, dang, I didn't even think about that. Oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. When we started talking about the love languages, I saw parts of me in all the love languages. Right? How, what? Oh, you mean the racist thing? I don't know. I guess he's talking about the trees. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. What you mean by that? You ain't ready? I'll play. Don't start. Oh, I'll play. Don't start what? Don't start what? Hold on. Okay. I need some socks. Child, please. Oh my gosh. Girl. You're not gonna drink no more. I don't want to drink no more. All right, let's see what you got. Put my socks on. How what? Let me see. You ain't ready. Child, it's that time. Demon's going to take over. Love you, girl. Finger snaps. Oh, bye, Crystal. Love you too. All right. Nothing, Your Highness. I'm just giving chilling Deem hard time. Oh, okay. You ain't ready, part two. What's going on? Hey, Deem. Yo, bro. What up? Did you just shrink me? Boss dog. Oh. Okay, Asia, she's getting a bit of sleep before work. Me too. I'm about to go to sleep too. See? Hey, boss dog. Oh gosh. Oh man. Boss Dog, you have to go back and watch the live. It was good. Boss Dog in the house. Boss Dog in the house. You ain't ready for it too. Oh goodness. Part 2. I'm getting ready to lift these weights. Yes. Yes. We're about to get off of here because we've been on here for about, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, 2.5. Boss Dog. We went in a very unconventional time. So I feel better now because we talked about a lot of things this morning. Not last night. We still went live, but it was a much different time than what we normally do. And it's still crazy that you and Crystal were up though. And K-Man, like, why are y'all not asleep? Let me find y'all got insomnia. Because why was y'all not asleep? Unless you were already sleeping and just got up. I'm working out for 3 to 6 hours. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. 3 to 6? Sheesh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ay. All right. I'm going to get off here, though. I love y'all so much. As always, keep smiling, keep shining. You got this. Work through your traumas. We are not going to let our traumas define us. We are going to go above and beyond that. I want you to go back and watch this live, okay? This was a very important live. This was really good, really informational. So spin that back, watch it again, see what comes up for you when you watch it back, and then also comment below what your biggest takeaway was from today's live. I love you, and we will talk later today.